Hi, Mr. A. It's me, Salman. If you guys don't know me, I graduated class of 2020, and I play the oboe and tenor saxophone. First off, I want to congratulate you on such a well-deserved retirement. It's very bittersweet because it's hard to imagine that there's a thudding herd and Mr. A will no longer be there. Some of my fondest memories of high school come from being in the music program, and a lot of it has to do with being lectured by Mr. A. I was a very dumb and reckless kid, and I made some very questionable decisions. But Mr. A always found a way of finding out, either it was through other students or through my dad. He always found a way, and he pulled me to the side, and he would remind me of what I could be doing and inspired me to be a better version of myself. That was the kind of person Mr. A was. He wasn't just a band director. He was a friend, he was a mentor, and a shoulder to cry on. Mr. A used to always say that we stood on the shoulders of giants. And it wasn't until now that I realized that Mr. A's shoulders were truly the tallest of them all. Again, I want to congratulate you on a well-deserved retirement. Pop open a Diet Coke or a LaCroix or occasional tequila shot. Retirement's going to treat you very well, and again, congratulations.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Mason. For those who don't know me, I played the tuba and I graduated in 2023. Congratulations on your retirement. I'm so happy for you. I remember throughout my 4 years of high school, it was always so exaggerated when you would retire. They would always say it's next year or the year after. I think the most popular one would be that you would retire the year before I was supposed to graduate. So I believe in like 2022, which me personally, I'm happy you didn't because then I got one more year of you in my senior year, which, who wouldn't want one more year, Mr. A? But congratulations again. I'm so happy for you, and I'm sure you would enjoy retirement. I believe something I remember about, like, just a little interaction we had, especially my senior year of high school, would be just when we were starting band camp for marching band, and we didn't have enough mouthpieces for everybody in the tuba section. And you kind of just told me, like, hey, how many do you need? I'll go buy them right now. And I was like, whoa. My initial reaction back then was, whoa, Mr. A ballin'. That's awesome. Um, but like looking back at it now, especially as a more a nuanced perspective, and just looking back at it as a no longer as a student, I really do think that this kind of shows how kind and compassionate you were toward us students, and how you really cared about us so much. Doing something like this is just so nice of you, and it really made us feel included and loved about in the band program. And I really just appreciate that so much. So I really do hope you enjoy your retirement, Mr. A. You touched so many students' lives, and I'm sure you're one of the best teachers I've ever had in my academic career. And I really hope you enjoy your retirement. Thanks again, and congrats again, Mr. A.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Andrew Shi. I played the piano at Diamond Bar High School and was part of the graduating class of 2022. When I entered Diamond Bar High School, I was a transfer student and really didn't know many people. I still remember meeting Mr. A for the first time with my parents. I'd heard about how amazing the music program at Diamond Bar High School was, and also that it was quite demanding, so to be honest with you, I was a bit nervous. But Mr. A, you were such a kind, welcoming, and caring teacher to me from the moment I stepped on campus. You taught me the importance of hard work. You gave me the opportunity to build strong and lasting friendships. And although I wasn't part of every orchestra rehearsal as a pianist, I learned what it means to be a compassionate leader who pushes students to be their best just by listening from your office during fourth period. Whether it was in rehearsal, at concerts and competitions, or at PA concerts that ran late into the evening, you always supported and encouraged us, and that meant a lot to me. My only regret is that I never got to experience the new music building, and that after all those years of hearing we were getting a new piano, I'm still not totally convinced it never arrived. But honestly, even without the new fancy music building or the long-promised piano, the music program was special because of the community you built. Congratulations on your retirement, Mr. A. I hope you know how many students you have shaped, encouraged, and inspired over the years, and I'm so grateful to have been one of them.
Hey, Mr. A, this is Sherlock, and I wanted to say first and foremost that we are very honored to have spent the most important years of our lives with you in this program. In a world where it is increasingly difficult to avoid negativity and pessimism, your determination to seek the good and to forgive our mistakes serves as a lamppost, reminding us of what it means to be human, to be okay with failure and to grow. This is especially important for us, DB students, who for their whole lives have been told to tunnel vision on success and winning, but through this program, we gain the chance to feel what lies at the core of success: fulfillment. To treat failure as a step towards growth, to widen our hearts and allow others their time to shine because they truly deserve it. And you've done the same for us, always working tirelessly to ensure that Diamond Bar is the best version of itself, ready to catch us if we fall or push us to the next level if we reach for it. When I think about my freshman year, I often marvel at how lucky I am to have landed in band. In my time here, I haven't seen any other program that has the reputation or the heart that this band program has. So many passionate people that I've had the fortune of looking up to. And the core of it all is you, Mr. A. Without you, that shy transfer student would have never had the chance to discover who he really was. Without you, no one would have believed in him and given him a second chance at becoming a drum major. So truly, thank you, Mr. A. You're the best of us.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Choi and I graduated in the class of 2023 and I wanted to share some of my memories with Mr. A. So, my freshman year of high school, I was so intimidated with the idea of being in a high school band. So I wanted to hide all the time. I just did not feel confident whatsoever, but Mr. A was always there to encourage me with his kind words and his amazing sense of humor, as we all know. And just with this program that he has created at Diamond Bar High School, I have gained so many musical experiences and met amazing friends who I still am friends with to this day. And I remember making all these memories with them, going, to gas stations during breaks between rehearsals to get snacks and being able to go on these trips with them and performing with them. Amazing. And during the 4 years of my high school years, he was always there for me when I needed him, always there for me to depend on, to lean on. And he even wrote my letter of recommendation, which I'm so thankful for. But yeah, Mr. A is truly an inspiration and he will truly be missed. Thank you, Mr. A, for, all your years dealing with us and helping us grow as a musician and as a person. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Darren Chu. I graduated in 2019, where I played oboe in a bunch of different things from the pit, band, and orchestra, and even chamber. It's crazy to me that you are retiring since you're such a huge component and face of Diamond Bar's music program. I don't think I would have had my open appreciation for music if it wasn't for your willingness to support all of our sort of extremely naive goals when we were young. From the time you let me play in Diamond Bar's orchestra at a way too early of an age, for the amount of time and leniency you gave our quintet to rehearse. Even when I terribly played the clarinet in marching band, you were still telling me I sounded good. And I'm sure I speak for everyone else that we saw the band room as a second home that you are a core component of. Thank you for all that you've done, and I really wish that I could have made it to your retirement party. I don't think I would be here where I am today without the music program that you built and the effort that you put into each of one of us. Thanks so much.
Hello, Mr. A. Congratulations on your retirement. For those whom I haven't met before, I'm Nyan Su. I play the violin, and I graduated with the class of 2024. So, Mr. A, it's been about 5 or 6 years from when I first joined Symphony, which was during quarantine. And amazingly, through Zoom screens, you were able to stir up this excitement that even in a time when we were not physically together, I was able to feel the kind of community that you'd cultivated. And in the following years, you consistently brought out that feeling for me of being part of something greater, about contributing to something bigger than ourselves to make something truly special, as you say. And I'm definitely repeating snippets of those superhero level speeches you used to give us, but I was paying attention. You have a great way with words. When you were just lecturing us during rehearsals, I felt like I was listening to Captain America, imparting his wisdom and hyping us up before battle. And I think that's what's special about you, Mr. A, that you have such a genuine passion and contagious enthusiasm for what you do, paired with an inexplicably endless empathy for us ridiculous teenagers and all our highs and lows. You perfectly balance letting us have fun, giving us freedom and opportunities to show off our strengths and build our confidence, while simultaneously teaching us responsibility and keeping us accountable so the program keeps running, but more importantly, that we knew what it meant to be a good person. From my first memories of symphony, where you made freshman me play an excerpt from La Gazzaladra for the whole symphony on Zoom, to the memories of the years in between, giving me a chance to be a leader for symphony, watching me goof off around in the pit during musicals, driving us to gigs, or noticing when I was stressed out and reassuring me that I can relax, chill out, or even rescuing me from random situations, like that time after I think it was a PAA recital or Wednesday rehearsal, when you'd already left and were like 20 minutes away, and then you drove all the way back to campus because a couple of us hooligans got locked inside the school and we had to call you for help. My last text to you was, Mr. A, we got stuck in an elevator that stopped at every floor. Has everyone left? And this was 2 months before graduation. And I don't even remember the context of that, but I know you showed up to rescue us as usual. You cared for us deeply and personally, and we felt it. I felt it. I don't think any of my other teachers or instructors could compare to the amount of impact you've made on those formative high school years, and how I've come to define what it means to be a great human being. So thank you for helping shape who I am today, for your many years of inspiration and dedication to us, for your selflessness and your generosity, and for showing me what it means to be a role model. Cheers to your well-earned retirement, to the legacy you leave behind, to a future of good health, peace, and relaxation. Cheers to you, Mr. A.
Hello, Mr. A. Congratulations on retiring. This is such an awesome thing to be celebrating right now. I'm so happy for you. I'm grateful that I got to be a part of your journey as your student. For those of you that, if this is being displayed publicly, my name is Emily Shao and I am class of 2023. My first memory of Mr. A was actually when I was trying to transfer schools, and he was just so welcoming with like huge open arms into this awesome program. Like, he did not need another saxophonist, yet, you know, he was so enthusiastic. And he had written this beautiful letter because the district would not let me transfer without a letter of acceptance. And he just wrote one on this beautiful Diamond Bar High School music department something, like paper stationery thing, and the district just let me go. And I was just so grateful to now be a part of this awesome music program with awesome leadership. And it really is just a testament to the lanes through which you're willing to go through for your students, for music, for education, for your love of it all. So thank you for just being such a generous educator. I also wanted to share a time in which I experienced fear. We were doing the musicals and you would like crawl into the pit like backwards, and I just remember looking up at you and going like, how do I catch him if like he falls? Thankfully you never did. I never had to catch you. And I was just, you made every day such an adventure. And you were also just this huge source of support. If ever I needed anything, you were there. You were there when I needed a pianist super last minute. You called a friend and he was there. It was just a constant source of support. So I hope in this next chapter that you enter, that you carry this sense and understanding of how impactful you were to your students and how grateful and how much love we have for you. So I give you my best with my best wishes, and I just hope for everything to be awesome and beautiful for you in this next chapter. So goodbye for now, and I'll see you soon. Okay.
Hi, Mr. A! And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hallie Kato. I played the clarinet here at Diamond Bar, and I graduated class of 2018. Mr. A, throughout my 4 years at Diamond Bar High School, about 99% of my best memories were made in the band room. But I was pretty much part of every band class possible, so that really isn't too shocking. But anyways, I wanted to share my favorite one. Every morning without fail, I would walk into your office and I would ask to use your laptop to print out my Spanish homework. I promised I was a good student, just one without a printer. But you never questioned me, and you always handed over your laptop with a smile, even if you were busy doing something. You know, they talk about teachers who change students' lives, and that is truly what you are. You created a space that gave us the confidence to make mistakes and to get back up when we fell. You made sure that we knew it wasn't just about winning. It was about lifting each other up, knowing that we were all part of something that made us great. We all had it in us to be the best versions of ourselves, and you always knew how to bring that out. You paid attention and you showed up for us every single day. Except when it came to keeping your office clean, because Annabelle and I cleaned it for you once as a thank you. I think it was after Arcadia, and we came back in the next day and it was already back to its usual state. Without you, I truly wouldn't be where I am today. I never would have gotten into the Colburn School of Music's youth orchestra or UCLA as a clarinet performance major if it wasn't for all the lessons that you taught me and the confidence I gained being part of such an amazing program. And I will always look at my best friends knowing that this is where it all started. This is the place that brought us together. Well, not here, but over there in the old band room. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for all that you've done. You are a remarkable educator, and I'm so lucky to have had the privilege of being your student. Congratulations on your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Kathy from class of 2019. I wanted to start off with just a huge congratulations on your retirement. It's so well deserved. At this point, I am many takes in as I try to express how lucky I feel to have been one of your students and a part of this program. It's really difficult to do, but luckily I think everyone here understands how I'm feeling. So I'll just say that when I graduated in 2019, I was legitimately so worried that I had peaked in high school because it was just so great because of you and this program. Don't worry, I am doing great now, and that was kind of also just a transition to talk about how I think truly that this program sets all their students up for success no matter where they're headed. We learn so many things like how to work as a collective, how to lift each other up, the importance of a good first impression or attention to details, and a lot of other things that may seem kind of simple, but I think that a lot of us could agree that these simple things are the ones that are actually really deceptively hard to do every single day. And we had someone that led by example every single day. So thank you, Mr. A. I also wanted to thank you so much for being such a supportive figure. Being a teenager means a lot of amplified emotions, and I remember personally being a pretty anxious and nervous kid, so I really appreciated all the verbal encouragement and also not being called on too many times in class to play solo in front of everyone. It felt like life or death back then, so thank you a lot for that. I wanted to end on a memory that always makes me smile. Sorry, it might make you cringe a little bit, but it's the video of you dabbing to Shooting Stars. I think it's so funny. It always makes me smile. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much for inspiring us, for, making us laugh, and just working hard for all of us every single day. And I hope you have the best retirement ever. And as you would say, see ya.
Hi, this is Cherish Naritake. I play bass and I graduated in 2023. Mr. A, my first memory of you was when I auditioned for symphony in middle school. I remember being so nervous and low-key really intimidated. I'm so sorry, but I don't remember what you said to me or even what I played. But little did I know how important symphony would be to my high school experience. whether it was in All Southern, All State, the Pit Orchestra, or even helping out with PAA. Sometimes I look back and I wonder just how many hours a week did I spend in the band room. But the experiences I had and the friends I made during that time are invaluable, and I still carry them with me today. I wouldn't have had any of that if Mr. A hadn't encouraged me to embrace those opportunities. I learned so much about perseverance, integrity, and passion, and I know, Mr. A, you've inspired countless of other students in the exact same way. So thank you so much for what you've done, and congratulations on your retirement.
Hey, Mr. A. For those who don't know, my name is Lucas O'Brien. I'm a trombonist, and I was in the graduating class of 24. And it looks like I'm sharing a funny story right now. So this was at the Irvine High School jazz competition, which Diamond Bar High School, I don't believe, attended before that. And so it was super exciting for everyone. You know, Diamond Bar had a big band, and so we got to attend and compete and seriously get in some good ranks. And this was before the performance. It was before the competition. We were sort of getting dressed. You know, we had like an all-black outfit, but it also had this really sick purple tie. And, you know, being a diligent musician means I forget how to tie my tie every single time. No matter how many online guides I look at, I always forget. And everyone else was too. We were all panicking. And I was expressing this to my friends. And lo and behold, Mr. A is like, hey, I can tie your tie for you. And a lot of others were also getting their ties tied, and it was just like the fastest I have ever seen a tie be tied before, and I was mesmerized at that. And out of all the things, that stuck with me more than the performance itself. It's just the tie being tied, and how fast he was with it. And I think that represents how generous and caring he is, and at every step of the way, not just in the big projects, which are, of course, very true, but also just like at every small piece that comes together, he is so caring and generous. You are so caring and generous, you know? And I don't know who I would be today without having gone through that experience. From virtual Zoom band, I don't miss that, all the way, even till now, being in college, being a Bruin, playing music still, you know, I am so proud of having been a Brahma and gone through Diamond Bar's instrumental music program. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Mr. Acciani. I am so grateful to you.
Hi, Mr. A, it's Ryan. And for those of you who don't know me, I was a percussionist in the class of 2018. 8 years later, I continued to perform and teach and share my love for music. And thinking back, so much of that is rooted in what I experienced at Diamond Bar. Mr. A, your dedication, your passion, and your charisma not only brought so much world-class educators and opportunities for us that we otherwise would not have had, but you created an environment where we could be creative and imaginative, and we could be students outside of AP classes and GPA. And even though I couldn't truly appreciate it at the time, looking back now, I truly see how you have shaped me into the artist and the person I am today. I would never have been able to build this career without you. And going into the future, I know that I will continue to carry your passion, your patience, and your love of community. So, Mr. A, congratulations on a very well-deserved retirement, and I hope you can rest well, knowing that you leave behind not only a culture at Diamond Bar, but truly a legacy. Brahmas for life.
Hi, Mr. A. And for those who don't know me, I'm Jonathan, and I was part of the class of 2020, and I played saxophone, and I was a drum major as part of our parade band. And yeah, Mr. A, I'm so grateful for everything that you taught us, both musically and as people. You taught us so much. You taught us that there's times to be serious, there's times to be fun. You also taught us through your example of just being such a compassionate and caring teacher that just cared for everyone that stepped foot in the band room. Your example to me has made such an impression on my life, and I'm sure it's made an impression on many other students that have come through your doors. Yeah, and as I was trying to think of a funny story or funny moment in high school, the first thing that I thought of was when you drove one of the equipment trucks into a tree branch. And yeah, I just thought I'd embarrass you with that a little bit. Hope you don't take too much offense, but that was a fun memory. But yeah, Mr. A, I just hope that you can enjoy your retirement. It's well deserved, and hopefully now you can watch parades without too much stress. So again, thank you for everything, and congrats on your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Annabelle. For those of you who don't know me, I graduated in 2018 and I played the clarinet. I cannot believe this day has come. I would have never imagined that the music program could have no Mr. A. Mr. A lived and breathed everything about the program, and one of my favorites was the orchestra pit that plays for the musicals. For any of you that have played in the pit, you know that Mr. A is the center of the show. Without him, there is no show. And I can vividly remember there's one time I'm sitting in the front row of the pit and I watch him down this entire bottle of cough syrup just before the show begins because the show must go on. So thank you for your sacrifices. Mr. A, I'm sure you know the impact that you've made over the years. You have taught me some of the most important life lessons, and having you as a teacher when I was a teenager was so incredibly important for me to become the person that I am today. So I'm very, very grateful for you. The people at this retirement party are just a tiny fraction of the amount of lives that you've changed. It's not just the students that learn directly from you, but you've also changed the lives of their friends and the people that they'll continue to meet. So I just want to congratulate you on your hard-earned retirement, and I hope you get to cross off all the things off your crazy retirement bucket list, starting with your whole entire cow. Congratulations.
Hi, Mr. A. It's me, Rachel. I guess you could never fully get rid of me even after graduation. And for those of you who don't know me, hello, my name's Rachel. I graduated back in 2025, and I used to play the oboe. I think it goes without saying that most of us could not imagine the band program without you. And without you, none of this would have ever existed, and I will forever be grateful for that. Band has changed me in indescribable ways. I've learned how to be a better team player, how to be a leader, and just overall be a better person. I always remember when some of my friends and I were playing poker in the office, and Mr. A told us the story about how he was able to pay his college tuition gambling with his friends. And he would pretend to drink with them, and obviously, him being the only sober one on the table led him to win most of the games. Congratulations on your retirement, Mr. A. Now you no longer have to worry about kids not paying their payments on time, their trips on time, and worry about also no Southern. You can now watch the chaos from the sidelines. I hope you enjoy your retirement to the fullest, and congratulations.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Nathan. You may not remember me, but I played the piano and viola and graduated in 2022. I was very fortunate to be a part of the music program during your tenure, as you brought in brilliant guest conductors and experts and provided the best resources possible for the program and the students. It was always clear that you put in a lot of work behind the scenes and deeply cared about preserving DBHS's musical traditions. Now, I do have the memory of a violist, quite literally, so I don't recall a specific funny or favorite memory, but I do remember a quote from you that I really liked, and I think it happened during a particularly tough Wednesday night rehearsal. So after pausing a bit, you took a breath, you sat down, and you said, "You know, sometimes you just can't take yourself too seriously, but take what you do seriously." You just casually threw out words of wisdom, and with that, you stood back up and we had a great rehearsal. So, Mr. A, you have fantastic advice that sometimes just comes out, and you have a remarkable ability to move an audience and guide them to be better. And with that, congratulations on your hard-earned retirement, and thank you for your contributions.
Hi, Mr. A. For those who don't know me, I'm Erin Miyahara. I played euphonium and I graduated in 2022. Thank you for everything you did for me and for our program. You made such a huge impact on so many students, and I'm really grateful that I got to be one of them. I have so many memories, but one that I keep coming back to is in pit orchestra. The euphonium is not a pit orchestra instrument, but me and Zion Avendano asked if we could play. So you let us play the bassoon part because we didn't have any bassoons, and that ended up being the most fun thing that I did in all of high school. The other thing that I remember is how proud of us you always were. I remember when another high school came to visit us during Wind Ensemble my freshman year, and one of the PAA chamber groups performed, and then Andrew Shee performed, and then when he finished, you just looked over at the other school and said, "Oh, that's a freshman, by the way." You always wanted other people to see how amazing we were too. Thank you again for all the time, energy, and care that you put into the program and into your students, and congratulations again on your retirement.
Hey Mr. A, this is Alan, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I graduated from Diamond Bar in 2022 and I play the tuba. I can't believe the day is finally here where you're actually retiring. I remember in high school, every year there were always rumors that, oh, Mr. A is retiring at the end of next year or the year after that. And so inevitably when it didn't happen, I genuinely thought that you would be teaching at Diamond Bar for forever. There was never a dull moment in the band room with you, whether you were making fun of Ivan and Daniel for whatever they were doing, or making us clean the storage room, which no matter how hard we cleaned would always still be dirty. While I don't have a single favorite memory with you because there were honestly just way too many, I can say without a doubt that I'll never forget all the speeches that you would give us before Arcadia. They were always so inspiring, and every year it made me realize just how special of a music program Diamond Bar has, and it's all thanks to you. I'm not the first, and I certainly won't be the last to say that you have genuinely changed my life in ways that I never could have imagined. From helping me find my first tuba lessons to helping me pick which school I went to. You have really fostered my love for music, and I can confidently say that I wouldn't be where I am in the music industry without you. You are the blueprint for what an educator and a leader should be, and without you, Diamond Bar will have a Mr. A-shaped hole in its heart forever. Of the thousands of students that you've had over the years, I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that you have made such a genuine impact on each and every single one of our lives. So once again, congratulations. You deserve this retirement a million times over, and go and enjoy your peace and quiet.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Alan Liu. I graduated from Diamond Bar back in 2023, and I heard that you're retiring. My greatest congratulations to you, and I cannot believe that such a momentous era is coming to an end, and I know that this shift and this transition will be so different for everyone because you've been just such a massive part of this program, such a massive part of what makes the program so special, so caring, and so successful. So I want to wish you the absolute very best and the most happiest and relaxing retirement because it is so well deserved. I guess I have two memories with you that I like to share. One that's more serious and one that's more fun. The more serious one is I appreciated really deeply how many of my randomly requested mock auditions you would listen to, especially when I was applying for schools and I was really stressed about it, even though it wasn't that big of a deal. You would listen to everyone intently and give good feedback, and you would always have just so much good insight to give. And it was nice having someone who was so experienced and had gone through so many students and still be willing to listen to me play, even though it's at the end of a long day or you're busy with a lot of stuff. It really meant a lot to me, and it showed me how much you really cared about every single individual student. It also definitely helped lower the stress. My second memory which I still think about because I think it's absolutely hilarious. When I played with Keith at the Pacific Symphony back in my senior year, and then we took a selfie on his laptop and he sent it to you. And then the next day I came back to school and you said to me, hey, if that guy's been telling you stories about me from when we were roommates, don't believe any of them. I just thought that was absolutely hilarious. And it was fun. It showed me how small the music world really is. Yeah, happy retirement, and I wish you the very best. It is so well deserved.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kyle Kato. I'm a saxophonist and I graduated in the class of 2020. Mr. A, you have been such an amazing teacher and mentor, and I definitely know that my time at Diamond Bar would not have been as memorable if it wasn't for you. You made the band room the place where everyone wanted to spend all of our time, even if the storage room was a little bit messy from time to time. Whether it was writing last-minute recommendation letters for college or letting us party in the band room after a parade, you've always been someone that we've been able to come to for anything because we knew you always had our best interests at heart. You truly have made an impact on so many students' lives, so much so you had us all lining up to sign our Diet Coke cans after the Placentia Parade. I'm so grateful for all of the lessons that you've shared about music and life that have shaped the person I am today, and thank you so much for being a huge part of why I've decided to pursue a career in music. Your speeches before Arcadia every year have stuck with me throughout my life, and I'm always thinking about how I'm standing on the shoulders of giants that came before me. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you so much again for everything.
Hi, Mr. A. I just want to congratulate you again on your retirement, and I just want to thank you so much for all the hard work and dedication you put into the instrumental music department, and also your influence on the whole performing arts district at Diamond Bar High School. One of my favorite memories was working with you and the orchestra, and also working with you and the pianist, the times that I skipped class to do that during Wonderland, because I learned so much from you and just how to work with a pit and a pianist and how everything goes, because that was the first time I was ever a lead and I had a position like that I just learned so much from you, and you were just so kind and patient with me. And I also wanted to thank you for all the times that I saw you during PAA or before recital in PAA, because you were just so kind. And even though I wasn't in your normal classes, 6th period classes, you always made sure to say hi and how are you, and that really meant a lot. And also, I just want to thank you for being such a great teacher too. My brother, he had you about more than 4 years ago, and he always just raved how great of a teacher you were and how much he loved you. So on behalf of me and my brother, I just want to say thank you so much.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Annika from class of 2022. Congratulations on retiring. I never thought this day would come, but yet here we are. I think back about my time in orchestra, and the things that stand out the most is our trips. I went to San Diego, San Francisco, and New York. And I think about it and I don't know how you did it. How did you put hundreds of kids together and plan a whole trip? Well, as I get older, I can't even plan one for myself. I think what you did was truly incredible, and I appreciate it because those are the times that I made the most memories. I made a lot of memories too though, but those are the best ones. I had a lot of fun, and thank you. Without you, the music program wouldn't be what it is today, and you're the one that made us very special, so I appreciate it, and you deserve this retirement. Congratulations, Mr. A. Thank you for everything that you have done for every single one of us, and you have changed all our lives, and we truly appreciate it.
Hey, Mr. A, it's Sean. I graduated class of 2020 and I played the violin. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you for everything that you've done for me and everyone else in the music program. Because of you, I've had some amazing experiences. I've played at weddings, played at Warner Brothers Studios, went to New York, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, and they were just all amazing. And one of my memories of you that I thought was funny to share because it oddly stuck with me was when we were at Skywalker's studio, and me and the other guys, we were doing some high school shenanigans, and you came and scolded us like a disappointed dad. And so that's just something that I never forgot. So Looking back after graduation, I realized what a unique experience it was to be part of a group that worked so hard and competed at such a high level. So I think you really created something special, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that. So thank you for being an incredible educator and leader, and congrats on your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. I want to say congratulations on your retirement. It's truly an amazing achievement, and I can say for everyone who's had the opportunity and honor to work with you that your career has been such a complete one at that. Now, my name is Josh Padilla. I was one of the many vocalists that got to sing for Dunbar High School, but as a vocalist, I didn't get to interact as much as I'd like to with Mr. A. And the only times I ever did was during the Sitzbro days for the spring musical, where the cast got to perform each musical number with the orchestra pit. Now, I will admit, I was a little anxious during those days because I was intimidated by the orchestra pit, but you made sure to be as supportive and flexible as possible to make sure that each musical number went as smoothly as it did. Now, the cast and I were always in for a treat during those days, and I can admit they were my favorite. And it was also very clear of how important you are to the students in the orchestra pit and how much of an impact you had on the organization as a whole. Without you, the spring musical would not have had the amazing instrumental backing that it always gets, and the show wouldn't have gone on. I can say that you will be missed by everyone within the organization, and I wish you the best in your endeavors within your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Erin. For those of you that may not know me, I graduated here in 2024. I played the violin in the symphony orchestra here at Diamond Bar, and I just wanted to come on here and really congratulate you on your retirement, Mr. A. It's truly so well deserved. Truly, these music programs would not be here without you. The talent, the dedication, the drive that your students have is something that only was able to come because you were our director, that you were really our driving force into who we became today. And I can confidently say that I made some of the most memorable moments in high school simply in class. I think you were genuinely one of the most supportive teachers that I've ever had in Diamond Bar. You truly made learning fun. I think that's kind of hard to find in high school, and I always look forward to coming to class. There was never a dull moment with you. You always listened to what I had to say, whether it's about music, about the orchestra as a whole, or whether it was simple girl problems that I had no one else to rant to. You were always there to listen to me, give me advice on what you thought would be best for me as well. And I genuinely just learned so much from you. I don't think there will ever be another Mr. A in Diamond Bar or just in any of our future education pathways. You genuinely are special, Mr. A. I hope you know that. And yeah, we all love you so much. Please don't forget about us, and congratulations on your retirement once again, Mr. A.
Hello, Mr. A. This is Lucy Wu, and I graduated in 2024. I'm a euphonium player. Congratulations on retiring, and you seriously changed so many people's lives, and you definitely changed mine. The fact that you always heavily emphasize to be a really good human being, to stay committed, stay humble, and work really hard. And those traits and ability that heavily influenced me until today as a college student who is still in music performance major. And thank you so much for doing that. I seriously am so grateful to be able to work with you for 4 years in high school. My favorite memory back in high school is definitely marching band. You're the one who inspired me, who enlightened me, the fire, the love, the passion for march music. Thank you so much for that. Until today, I still continue to work on those John Philip Sousa march every single day too, because I truly love it so much. And I like how the euphoniums always have really fun part in those marches. And I remember you always like be like, oh, the trio section, euphoniums, play more. And I still remember that. And that's what makes me want to continue to study music even until college, which is right now. And I'm still really passionate about it. Thank you so much for just giving me so much care and passion, just always making sure that I just stay true with the values that you held for the Diamond Bar band program, and I'm band and orchestra program, and I will be extremely grateful for it for the rest of my life. And thank you so much for everything. And I'm just one of the very few examples of life that you have changed, and the impact that you give for everyone for the past years in Diamond Bar High School is extremely significant. And thank you so much for everything. And I am so grateful, extremely grateful to be one of your students. And congratulations again. And thank you very much.
Hey, Mr. A. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Luke Joe. I'm class of 2021, the COVID year, and I played the trombone. Wow. It is crazy to think that there might be a day that the Diamond Bar High School Music Program might not have Mr. A at its head. And I think, my own sense of wonder at that comes from the fact that Mr. A had such a strong passion for quality music and also for just leaving a positive impact on us, his students. I don't study music anymore, but I still play, these days, I still play the same trombone that I owned and played on during my high school days. Some of my fondest memories in high school were actually made in the band room, or I guess the old band room now, which is crazy. And actually, while you were conducting, there was a time when you kind of jump to start a piece and you really go for it like that. And I guess that motion of jumping to start really left an impression on us, because we kind of meme it a bit. Even now when I'm playing in ensembles and joking around with the brass in the back, as we usually do, I'll still jump and conduct kind of as a meme. Regardless, your commitment to music education, and also just being a positive role model as a whole, has made such a strong impression on us. And by we, I mean, both me and my two other siblings that span 10 years of music education, we wouldn't be the people we are today without you. And so, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much for being such a great educator and such a great role model as a whole. And congratulations on your retirement. I wish you all the rest that you so deeply deserve, and the opportunities for you to do all the things that you want to do. Take care.
Hello everyone, I'm Mr. A. This is Gloria. I was class of 2020, and I'm currently a viola coach at Diamond Bar High School Orchestras. My first year at Diamond Bar High School Symphony, I was a freshman who was barely hanging on in the back of the section, scrambling all these notes. As the years went by, Mr. A made me feel like an important part of the group. No matter where you sat, no matter who you were, Mr. A included all of us and made us realize that every part of this group is important. Through symphony, I grew important friendships, love for music, needless to say, and also the most importantly, how to be a member of a group. Mr. A has went beyond, above and beyond for every one of us. I remember the last day my college apps were due, I had to scramble and cram all these applications, and Mr. A came out on a Sunday just to open doors for music building so I have faster access to faster internet so I can turn in all my pre-screening videos. And I can't put into words how thankful I am for him. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am, I wouldn't be studying music, and I wouldn't have realized how much love I have for music. Thank you so much, Mr. A, for providing and setting up a program where we can't find anywhere else in the world, and you are such an influential person to every single one of us, and we're gonna miss you so much. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. A. Kyle here from class of 2023. I just wanted to give you my, truly from the bottom of my heart, my sincerest thanks for your constantly steady and reassuring and kind presence at Diamond Bar High School Instrumental Music Program. I think it's one thing for educators to impart their wisdom on students as they are supposed to do, but really another thing for them to make students on a daily basis feel like they're valued and feel safe and feel like they have someone to lean on. And I think the person that most exemplifies that quality is you. And I think your philosophy as an educator and your values really show through on how you've impacted students like me. I wanted to give you my sincerest thanks. I wanted to give the utmost congratulations on your retirement. If anyone deserves it more than anyone, it's you. You're constantly working around the clock and making sure everything is running smoothly. There would be no music program without you, Mr. A. I wanted to wish you the best of luck on your continued journey, and I hope you find plenty of things to do beyond music that are more vibrant and more exciting than you could have ever imagined. And looking forward to keep in touch. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. I graduated from the class of 2020, and during my time at Diamond Bar, I played the bassoon. To Mr. A very big, heartfelt congratulations. I cannot believe that today is the day you finally walk away from the DBHS Music Program. It's almost surreal to be thinking and talking about it, because I know that if you had a choice, you would probably continue teaching until the day you were on your deathbed, minutes away from dying. That's just how committed of a person you are to music education and to the DB community. Nevertheless, your retirement is very clearly well-deserved. And I must say, I am glad that you no longer have to deal with rotting boba drinks inside storage rooms or kids walking into your office on the daily to print their homework. That of which I did many, many times. I'm sure that was very annoying for you. Your legacy is going to live on in DB and honestly in the music industry for as long as time goes. And today, we will be losing one of the greatest educators, teachers, musicians, and all-around human beings. If it were up to me, I'd honestly ask the Walnut Valley Unified School District to just build a golden statue outside the new music building in your honor. And people can just look at that every day as they walk in to remember you. My favorite memory of you has to be this one time in San Francisco. I forgot whether it was 2018 or 2019, but it was super late at night. Everyone on the bus was dead tired, but you were still full of energy. And I remember sitting in the front rows, and you pulled out a deck of cards and you asked if we wanted to see some magic tricks. I remember, I think the very first magic trick you did was so crazy that everyone who actually was watching the magic trick screamed so loud that it woke up half the bus. And so obviously people were asking oh, what's going on? Are we crashing? What's, is a UFO attacking us? And they were like, no, Mr. A's just doing magic tricks. And then, everyone was coming from the back and just clamoring to the front seats just to see you do magic. And you entertained us that entire bus ride home from wherever we were to the hotel. And I remember it being a really, really fun night. You kind of capped off whatever we had done that day, and it was, still one of my favorite memories to this day. So yeah, thank you for everything, Mr. A. Take it easy, don't exert yourself too hard, and take care.
Hi everyone. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Chris and I'm from the class of 2022. Oh my god, that was a long time ago actually. But anyway, I played the trumpet and I was also the vice president of my year. And I have so many memories with Mr. A because he was such a big part of my high school life and shaping me into who I am today. But actually, I don't even know if you would consider this a memory with Mr. A, but one of my fondest memories is that I always took fourth period symphony orchestra as my free period. And I remember specifically in my senior year, I was always just crying in fourth period for no reason. And Mr. A would come back after teaching his class and see me, and he would kind of just go, "Oh, I'll leave you be." And even though that's not really an actual memory or like a specific thing that happened, I think it just really goes to show the type of person that Mr. A is, where he just always knows what you need, whether it's space, encouragement, humor. He's just always there for me, for everyone, and that's why no one deserves this retirement more than he does. So congratulations, Mr. A, and I'm so lucky to have known you and have you as my mentor for so long, and congratulations. Bye.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Jade and Eden.
For those of you who don't know, I graduated in 2017 and Jade graduated in 2018, and we both play piano.
I think when I think back to high school, pretty much all of my core memories were in the music program, especially my favorite moment when I asked if I could play Pomp and Circumstance with the orchestra for Eden's graduation, and you graciously agreed, and I worked very, very hard to get it up to speed, but one day you asked me to stand up in front of the whole orchestra and play the violin for everyone, which was very nerve-wracking but very fun. But jokes aside, I think my time in the music program was very fulfilling. I got to play in the musicals, I got to play with the band, and I think for a solo pianist, that is just such a rare and fulfilling experience. So I'm so grateful to have gotten these opportunities.
Yeah, it was super, super special for me to get to play concerti with the orchestra and to be included on the different trips and with make a bunch of different friends that I'm still in touch with. Yeah, I've just been so inspired, especially after I graduated and I realized, wow, you really built such a unique and amazing program. The level of the ensembles and the repertoire you guys play is just really, really inspiring, and it's only grown since then. I'm continuously just in awe as I follow along on different like posts or when you come to New York. But yeah, it's been really, really special, so thank you, Mr. A.
We're so happy to get to celebrate with you, and congratulations on your retirement.
Congratulations.
Mr. A, how you doing? Congratulations on your retirement. And I'm very happy for you. I know that you've had a long time over here at Diamond Bar and your band journey. And I know it's not for me to say, but I'm very proud of you. And I think you did a good job. I think you did an amazing job, honestly. And I think everybody who's ever learned from you has learned such a great deal, not just about music and instrumentalism, but like how to just be a good person. Of course, you were strict and such, but I mean, you were always just so on top of things and responsible. And the way you treated us was like a parental figure. And I think that way was the best possible way. And I think you knew, I mean, of course, you knew what you were doing. And I mean, I do a lot of things that remind me of you, and I notice a lot of things, especially when I hear music around me. It just reminds me of when I played in the band and I learned in the marching band with you. And of course, you know, I learned 2 instruments, but being a part of it, especially with you there, was just a great honor. And, you know, I'm just a kid, but it was amazing. And I'm really grateful for you. And I think that it's just going to stick with me for a while. very long time, honestly. And I remember a lot of the times when I would do something stupid and just whatever. But I miss you, Mr. A, and we're all gonna miss you even more than I already do. Gone, but we're all grateful to you. Thank you, Mr. A. I'm praying for you. Love you, man, and congratulations.
Hi, this is Casey Lamb, a trombone player from Diamond Bar class of 2013. Mr. A, I can't believe you're retiring. It just seemed like yesterday you left South Point to be the new band director here. Actually, one of my first band memories is from 6th grade at South Point, where sometimes during rehearsal you would ask somebody to play a scale or an excerpt, and then after they did it, you would dig around your pocket, and then you would often throw them a few dollars, and that always made somebody's day. And at Diamond Bar, one of my favorite memories is from junior year when we played Chike 5 at the end of the year concert at Cal State Fullerton. Almost 15 years later, I still remember how it felt, the last part of the final movement. I don't know how to capture that feeling in words, but I know everybody else at that concert felt it because at the end, a lot of the seniors cried, even some of the boys. Mr. A, there's too many things to possibly thank you for in a 90-second video, but thank you most for your time, for all the early mornings and the late nights and the weekends, for all the rehearsals and the performances and all the background admin work that we don't know about as students. Thank you for your encouragement, even though we, including me, were often a bunch of grumpy, stressed out teenagers that sometimes have meltdowns. And you'd always be there to help us keep going and to help us achieve our goals and dreams. Personally, I wouldn't have been able to transfer to Diamond Bar without your help. And I still remember how excited you were for me when I got my MIT acceptance letter. I don't think words can properly capture the impact you've had on my life. So I'll just say I'm very grateful that I got to be your student at Diamond Bar. Thank you, Mr. A, for everything. And congratulations on your well-earned retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. I just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement and thank you so much for all of your years of teaching. I think that high school is a really tumultuous time for a lot of people, but the music room was always such a constant and a safe space. And I'll always carry the lessons that I learned from being in the program that you modeled so well, kindness and the importance of community and the importance of seeing the good in others. And one instance of this that really sticks out to me is I remember we were traveling in New York with the orchestra and you had lost your wallet at the airport. And I remember waiting on the buses while you searched for it. And finally you came back and after someone had returned it, and you were so triumphant and you were telling us how we have to trust that there are still good people in the world, and you were so full of optimism and faith in humanity. And then I remember the realization a few moments later when you realized that whoever had returned your wallet had stolen all of the cash out of it. And that was really unfortunate, but I think that the lesson of seeing the good in others has still really stuck with me. Your ability to see the good in every single student, to make us all feel seen and heard and supported and cared for, both in music and in everything else going on in our lives, meant so much to me, and I'm sure has meant so much to every single student who has walked through those doors. I can't imagine the music program without you, but I hope that you enjoy retirement and that you finally get some well-deserved rest. And yeah, thank you so much for everything.
Hi, Mr. A. Congratulations on your retirement. And I just want to say thank you for giving me the best 4 years of high school. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Kim. I am currently a senior and I am the class of 2026 and I play bass trombone. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for all they have done, Mr. A, for not only me, but for everyone else in the program. And I'm very grateful to have spent this four years of my high school with you. And yeah, one of my favorite little funny moments that I've had throughout my 4 years was the time you actually showed magic tricks during the New York trip. And it was because it was just the buses came in late and it was just, oh, that was a trip to remember. But yeah, I remember it was like 4 in the morning and and the call time was 12. So we were just 4 hours doing nothing, but then you came and you just showed us these magic tricks that I'm still blown away with, that I still do not know how you have done. So hopefully you can teach me one day. But I just want to say thank you for always controlling all the chaos that we put you through, and also thank you for giving me all the opportunities you have with the program. And I definitely would have not been anywhere where I am now without you and the program. So thank you so much, Mr. A, and I hope you have the best retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chloe, and I played piano and graduated in the class of 2024. There's so many things that I could say about Mr. A, and I'm sure that everyone else here has already said something incredible about him. But I definitely think one of the fondest memories that I had, and it was also the most time that I spent with Mr. A, was in the pit orchestra. I'm sure many of you can also attest to this, but playing in the pit is a pretty stressful experience, so I always appreciated when Mr. A would pretend to wipe a fake bead of sweat off his head, even though he knew that with his help we were able to get through any number. And also, I remember how cramped that pit orchestra was, so I'm just glad that I got to do it with a bunch of other people who were really fun, and also just getting to do that with Mr. A was such a great experience. To Mr. A, I really appreciate the fact that you asked me to do it back in my sophomore year. Without you, I would not have discovered this newfound passion for a different type of music. I didn't really know how music could be played in like so many different ways, and I'm really glad that I was able to experience that with you. And also thank you for all the guidance that you've provided for not just me, but every other student in that room, or even throughout all the other videos. I'm sure that many have said how appreciative we are of you and how grateful we are to have had you as our teacher. Thank you so much, and I really hope you enjoy retirement and get to do all the things that you said you would do when you retire. Congratulations once again. Bye.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Joyce from the class of 2022, and congratulations on finally retiring. I know that you would end every rehearsal by reminding us a million times about how special we are, and I don't think I truly understood what you meant by that until, first of all, when COVID hit and we couldn't be a normal orchestra and we had to be on Zoom for so long. And then again, when I graduated and started looking back on my time in high school and realizing just how much time and effort and patience it took for you to create a community that was truly special. I appreciate all of the time that you spent just listening to everyone and trying to find the best ways to address every concern that came up, and the amount of patience it took for you to help us grow, not just as players, but also people and as leaders. I hope that now that you're retiring, you can enjoy a nice vacation, and it'll finally be a trip where you don't have to worry about over 100 kids and all of the instruments and someone or something inevitably getting lost. And I, again, thank you just for everything that you've done, and congratulations on your retirement.
Hi, Mr. Acciani. It's Cheyenne Fox from graduating year 2018. I was a bassist in your symphonies and in every musical that I could be a part of. I hear you're retiring, and it is so well deserved. You work so hard all of the time for so many, and you've inspired so many kids to do amazing things, and it's about time you have some rest. So I just wanted to hop on and say how appreciative I am of the time that I spent at Diamond Bar, and the amazing things that you made happen. So a couple quick stories. I remember the first time I met you, you were conducting for Pirates of Penzance, and it was the year before I was supposed to start high school. And there's a scene where you were in the pit with your baton, and there's a sword fight that happens with one of the kids on stage. And it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and I'd never seen a live orchestra pit before, and I said, you know what? I need to go to this school. And we set up an appointment with you. You made it happen. You helped me switch districts. You helped me learn upright bass. I'd only played electric before then, and you made sure that I was set up and supported. And I know there's so many other students out there that had that same experience and that same level of support, and somehow you made that happen for hundreds every year, and it's just incredible. Another quick story, there was one year we were doing Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo with a rock band, and we didn't have a saxophone player, and it was like the day before the show, and we were like, okay, we need some horns. We need some horns. And so we let you know, and I had no idea you played saxophone, but I found out because we were at a practice and I hear saxophone coming from the back room and the band kind of rushes over like, who could that be? What's going on? And we peek around the corner and we see you. And it was the coolest thing. And we're like, wait a minute, he's really good. Why did we not know this? But yeah, so that was a fun little story. I got to do so many amazing things. I learned upright bass, and then within years, you took us all to Carnegie Hall and Skywalker Studio, and just so many amazing little moments and so many amazing people I got to meet because of you. And I appreciate you endlessly, and I know there's so many others out there that do. So congratulations on your retirement. You deserve a rest. Thank you for all that you do, and you're the best. Take care, Mr. A.
Hi, Mr. A, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tommy Liu. I played the clarinet here at Diamond Bar and was a parade drum major from the 2023 and 24 season, and I graduated class of 2025. Unfortunately, I can't come to the party today because Northwestern's on quarter, so I still have a month left, but I'm glad I'm able to make this message. Mr. A, you're one of the most amazing educators ever. You taught me so much about how to pretend like I'm paying attention in my English classes when I'm actually not. Jokes aside, you've taught me so many life lessons that have contributed to who I am today, and I want you to know that you've had such a huge impact on not only my life, but likely everyone who's ever been in the program. I also really appreciate that you let me explore all my options. I know I made a lot of switches, like playing sax in marching band, or switching from bass clarinet to clarinet, or switching from military baton to signal baton. But even when there was no reason to believe in me for all of these, you've always allowed me to try everything I wanted to. And hopefully I was able to exceed your expectations and help you shape the program in the way that you wanted it. Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for helping me grow into who I am today.
Hi, Mr. A, and hi to anyone else that might be listening. For those who don't know me, my name is Vasily, and I graduated the year 2021 as a French horn player and as one of the drum majors in the marching band during that time. But Mr. A, the dreaded day has finally come where you unfortunately have to leave our program. We absolutely have loved every moment that we have experienced with you, and as sad as we are to see you go, we are equally as excited for you to celebrate your retirement from the program and everything. We cannot wait to see what else you may do, what other dreams that you haven't been able to do yet. And we're just so happy for you. I just will always remember one of the times, this was one of my first memories with Mr. A. I was a freshman and a little bit scared to be playing and stuff like that in such a high talented group in the concert band. And I unfortunately had a lot of trouble hitting this one high note. And then Mr. A recognized that and could see that I was getting a little bit embarrassed. So I think he was like, let me put the embarrassment on me or something like that. But in order to help my brain understand it, he brought up the analogy of, he would say, okay, like imagine this. Imagine you have like a quarter and you're trying to squeeze it with your butt and trying to hold it there. And for some reason, it clicked and it worked. I don't know what type of magic it was. I don't know what happened there, but it just worked. And that was one of my first memories of Mr. A. And I think it summarizes Mr. A pretty well. Thank you again, Mr. A, for every single opportunity you've given me. I've loved every single second of being with you, and congratulations.
Hi, Mr. A. Hi, everyone. My name is Rayvon, and I played the saxophone. I graduated class of 23, and one of my favorite moments and funniest moments with Mr. A was during my freshman year. I was being stupid, and I was spinning a music stand. Now that I look back, it definitely wasn't safe, and Mr. A wasn't too happy about that. But he turned that moment into like a really funny moment where he told me, hey, if you really like spinning stuff, you could go try out for drum major. But yeah, at that time I thought he was gonna get really mad, but he didn't, and he just made it really funny in front of all my friends. So that was one of my first memories of Mr. A in freshman year. So I really thank him for that, and it just shows how he could turn like a serious/bad situation into a funny moment, but also teach me a lesson with that. So yeah, that was my favorite moment. And to Mr. A, thank you so much for being such a great influence on my life for 4 years of my high school career. And I wish you the best in your retirement. And I'm glad that you don't have to deal with students like me anymore. So yeah, thanks. Bye.
Hello, my name is Nathan Kwan, and I graduated in 2024, and I played the tenor sax. And I just wanted to come here and thank Mr. A for everything he has done for us, and also congratulations on retiring. You have made such a big impact on my life, and you have provided me so much guidance, and I cannot thank you enough. Some of my most fondest memories of us is definitely in jazz or in pit, or all cramped and tight together. Has been so fun, and those are like the most memorable for me. Anyways, thank you so much, Mr. A, for everything you have done, and congratulations on retiring. You can finally take a break because I know you work so hard for us, and we cannot thank you enough. Bye-bye.
Hi, Mr. A. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rachel Kim. I play the French horn, and I graduated from Diamond Bar High School in the class of 2018. Mr. A, I feel like there's so many memories we've shared over the years, but one that always comes to mind is when we went to New York my sophomore year for the Wind Ensemble trip. We thought we had lost a fellow student. It was around lights out time. We were calling people, texting people for like about an hour, and we were just trying to figure out where they were. And that entire time, they were soundly asleep in their hotel room. So thankfully, we did not lose a student in the streets of New York. But in case that we did, we were very well prepared. But in all seriousness, thank you so much for everything. Your unwavering support and dedication and generosity has truly led me to become the person that I am today. And you just have this power to bring out the best in people, and that is exactly what you have done for me. And I would not be doing the things that I do without you in my life. So thank you so much. And being able to come back to Diamond Bar as a coach and seeing the program continue to thrive and blossom and seeing all the students continue to be this one big family has been so cool to see. And just seeing the lasting impact that I was able to make and the people before me were able to make, all thanks to your guidance and your, again, dedication to everybody and every student you come across. It has been so cool to see, and I am just so happy for you. And on behalf of me and my brother Andrew and my sister Deborah and the entire Kim family, congratulations on your retirement, and I hope you enjoy spending time with your little grandbabies and also cooking for your wife, of course.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Emily Yang. I play the violin, and I graduated class of 2020. And looking back at high school, some of my favorite memories were made in that old band room. And I made some of my closest friends through the music program. So thank you, Mr. A, for fostering that environment where I was able to make these memories that I will cherish and remember forever. And I also wanted to bring up one piece of advice you once gave me. It was during my senior year of high school. I was super stressed and anxious about college decisions, and you told me you will end up where you are meant to be. It might sound simple, but I think during that time those were the exact words that I needed to hear. And even now, over the past 6 years, I still find myself reflecting back on that moment and finding comfort in those words while I'm making decisions about jobs, graduate schools, and my personal life. And you shaped my way of thinking, and I'm just one of the countless students that you have motivated and inspired through your words of wisdom. So thank you, Mr. A, and congratulations.
Hi, Mr. A. I would come into orchestra after basketball practice, and Mr. A would always go, "How many threes did you make today?" And I do not make those, but it always made me feel so good that in front of everyone, he was like, "Charlotte is an athlete, and she comes to orchestra." That's all. Thank you, Mr. A. Love you.
Hi, Mr. A.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bridget Pay. I play the flute and I graduated in 2015. Wow, it's 11 years ago. Mr. A, you have my deepest, most heartfelt congratulations. If there's ever been anyone to have earned their retirement, it's you. I truly can't believe this day has come. How did time creep up on us so fast? We never thought you would be going anywhere, because that's just how much of a fixture in the community you were. Thank you so much for everything you've done. I feel so lucky that I was part of your legacy, that I got to be your student. Back in those dirty band room days at that. Truly where the best memories were made. To speak on the impact you've created is almost an impossible task, because it's not necessarily the individual things you did, but rather the way you did them, the consistency in which you did them, that truly define your legacy. For me, what resonated the most was your absolute commitment to helping anyone in any way that you could. No matter what mountains you had to move, no matter how little sleep you got, no matter who you had to talk to, no matter whatever rules, what might have been hard to follow. I'm just kidding. You followed all the rules all the time. Definitely. No matter what, you always helped if you could. There was never a request from a student, a favor, an extenuating circumstance that you couldn't understand. If it was in your ability to, you would help. And you did. Whether that meant sticking around till the late night to be the chaperone to our movie nights, or driving to Diamond Bar High on Sunday to unlock the band room for some nutcase who left his tuba in there for youth orchestra or whatever. There was nothing too big or too small for you to do. It meant the same to you. If it meant that it would get a student on the right track, you would do it. And to see that as a teenager was a pivotal moment in my life. You hear about sacrifice, and you hear about kindness, and you hear about patience, and it's often preached onto us a lot as young kids, but to actually see it personified in the form of a human, that is something that is not taught, but is shown. And of all the things you've done and taught, I have truly carried that forward deep in my heart. That what you do is much more than what you say. You instilled a love of community, of music, of the people who make the music, of the process that I carry on every single day. I'm lucky to still play music today professionally, and when I think about where it all began, the map always leads to the same spot, and it's you. It's my time with you. You were a beacon of light in my life as a teenager, and I hope you know that. There's like a million things I need to say to you, but in the interest of public display and time, I'll cut that off now. Thank you so much for everything, Mr. A. I truly hope you spend this time going forward, enjoying the fruits of your labor and everything that you've worked so hard to accomplish, because you truly deserve everything in the world. Diamond Bar as a whole will be less without you, but we'll figure it out. You deserve everything. You deserve the rest. You deserve the recognition. And I really hope that these years moving forward is, just for you now. You've spent your career doing things for others, and so now I hope you get to feel that love reflected upon you. Yeah, I could ramble on forever, but I'll stop now. I love you, Mr. A. We love you so much. I'll never be able to fully thank you for everything you've done for me. This doesn't even come close. I really hope I really wish I could have been there today with you. But I'll see you soon. Thanks, Mr. A. Enjoy today and all the years after it.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Ashley from the class of 2021. So when I think back to my time in orchestra, one thing that has always stood out to me was the first time I ever talked to you. It was the summer before freshman year, and a couple of the incoming freshmen were asked if they were available to play with the orchestra at a gig. And as it turned out, I was the only freshman available, so safe to say I was extremely nervous going into rehearsal. But looking back, there was really nothing to be worried about. During one of the breaks, you came up to me and you were so upbeat and really encouraging, and I remember walking away from that conversation feeling genuinely much more relieved and excited about the prospect of starting high school. And once school started and I was at rehearsals every day, I quickly realized that this was just who you were, that you took time out of your day to check in on us and provide words of encouragement and remind us that life is bigger than a math test. And having that kind of teacher, especially during high school, it means more than I can put into words. And the fact that so many of my friends today are people who I met through orchestra, I think is a huge reflection on the kind of environment that you built. I am so incredibly lucky to call myself one of your students and to have someone who goes truly above and beyond for their students, both inside the classroom and outside of it, is, as you would say, truly something special. Congratulations on your retirement.
Hi everyone, my name is Miso Kwok and I play the flute and was a part of Diamond Bar High School class of 2013. Mr. A, congratulations. I'm so happy for your well-earned retirement. And I just want to briefly talk about what an impactful educator Mr. Adjani has been to me. Um, there are so many memories that I can talk about, but a few highlights I would like to include are just having conversations in Mr. A's old bedroom office before or after school, from anything about just my personal life to struggles in school or music or friends. And Mr. A was definitely one of adults that I could trust to not only listen but also give me helpful advice and guidance when I was a high school student here at Diamond Bar High School. And of course, so many memories around learning different kinds of musics, going to different competitions as part of the marching band, winning one of the branding iron games that went over time. I believe that was my senior year of high school. But perhaps most importantly, after I graduated, I've been coming back to visit my parents and just Diamond Bar every few years. And I feel sometimes guilty reaching out to Mr. A because I know he's so busy and I want him to focus on his current students. But every single time that I've reached out to Mr. A, telling him that I'm in town and if I could visit, he has been so kind and so excited to see me, and that really has made Diamond Bar feel like my home. And I will just so miss being able to visit Mr. A at Diamond Bar High School, and it's really hard for me to imagine Diamond Bar High School without Mr. Adjani. And I'm really the educator and person that I am today, in large part because of all the lessons that I learned from being part of the band. And one of my favorite ones being Mr. A would always tell us, make the lives of people around you better. And this is something I strive to do and something that I try to embody and pass on to my own students today. So I'm so appreciative of everything that Mr. A has taught me. And again, Mr. A, congratulations, and I hope you have a wonderful retirement. Thank you for everything.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Hannah. For those of you who don't know me, I was an oboe player, part of the class of 2021. First of all, congratulations, Mr. A, on your hard-earned retirement. I honestly cannot believe this day has really come. People always say that you will have teachers in the past that you will just remember forever, and I can confidently say that you're one of those for me. From the second I stepped into the band room as a freshman, I just felt so welcomed and so comfortable in an environment that you created. Even though my high school years were cut short because of COVID, I can confidently say that I spent pretty much every second of my free time, and sometimes even when I was supposed to be in class, in the band room. Some of my favorite memories came from just sitting in the small chair in between your desk and Mrs. Santos's desk in the old band room and just chatting with you. You always had these funny stories that seemed so silly back then, but you somehow always managed to tie it back to an important life lessons, and many of these lessons I still look back on today. Mr. A, your dedication to this music program is truly unmatched. Even recently, actually, I happened to be around the area and I saw the gate to the new band room still open. So I went in, and of course you were still there working so hard. I think it was around like midnight at that time, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm so grateful to be even just a small part of the legacy that you built here at Diamond Bar High School music program. And I hope that you have the chance to finally fully relax, enjoy life, drink lots of Diet Coke, maybe not too much. And yeah, thank you so much for everything, Mr. A, and congratulations on your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A, and to those who might not know me, I'm Angie. I graduated just last year for playing the cello, and I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for everything that you've done for us and the whole music program. And truly, my life was changed so much because of symphony. It taught me so many things, like how to be a better leader, a better cellist, a better musician, a better person in general. I think I learned so much about how to be respectful and respectable and just like the whole package. So yeah, thank you for that. And thank you for all of the love and dedication that you put into the music program as a whole. I think there wasn't a moment where I thought that, you always said good enough for today, not good enough for tomorrow. And I think that was such an important lesson to learn, and that's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. Just because of how impactful it is and how applicable it is to basically everything that you do. And just for kind of a silly anecdote that I remember and that kind of stuck with me. It was my freshman year, and I was pretty new to the whole orchestra thing. I never played in something of high prestige before, I guess. And everyone around me was so skilled, and I was always a little brat. I was always really nervous and stuff. But one time after rehearsal, I think I came up to talk to you about something. I don't remember what, but you were joking around, and you were oh, by the way, I'm retiring after you graduate, so you're the first person I've told, so don't tell anyone. And I was okay. What is a 12-year-old supposed to do with that information? But thanks for telling me, and I was prepared, so it wasn't a shocker to me, at least. But yeah, I have so many more stories that I can't really think of right now. But genuinely, I've had some the most fun moments of my life in symphony. Rehearsal was always so fun. I would remember looking across to whoever was across from me, the violins or the violas here, sitting next to Vito was so funny. And at the same time, I was always across from Kaylee, so it was just holding and laughter the whole rehearsal. But thank you so much for such amazing memories that I was able to make, and thank you so much for caring so much about every single one of us and the program as a whole. None of this could have happened without you, so thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy retirement. Bye.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Andrew. I played clarinet, and I graduated in 2019. So we were asked to make a little video about some of our favorite memories, and I must be getting a bit old because I don't remember that much from high school, but every once in a while, I would think about when I used to play music more seriously, and I would think about this high school time. Because I never realized it at the time, but it was kind of an abnormal place. Like, it's not very typical for students to want to spend all their time in the band room, like at lunch or after school, just because that's where they found their community. Or for kids to like form their own chamber groups or to want to get up on stage to perform, even if that makes them a bit uncomfortable. And to see kids like come in at nights or on the weekends for rehearsals and for lessons, um, it's not a very normal thing. And I think of that as a part of your legacy because I think you created an environment where we could practice trying to be the best versions of ourselves. And that's something that I will remember. So congrats on the retirements. And I hope you are now drinking an appropriate amount of Diet Coke.
Hey, Mr. A, it's Andrew here. I graduated Diamond Bar High School last year, and through my 4 years, I played many different instruments, a few of which include saxophone, all four of them actually, clarinet, bass clarinet, anything else you could think of. I just wanted to say that after COVID, I was unsure if I would continue in music, and when I started high school, I wasn't even enrolled in band. Took me a couple weeks to finally join because you offered $20 to the first person who could get a friend to join marching band. So I decided to help my friend out, and on my first day in first period band, the first person I saw was you, and I was like, "Hey, I'm new here. What do I do?" And you were like, "Oh," and you were super welcoming and warm, and you helped me find an instrument, get started playing, and it was just a really, good time. I think in that moment is where I realized I wanted to, you know, take music a little bit more seriously because beforehand I'd never really been serious about it. It was just something I would do with my friends. And fast forward a couple years uh, to my senior year, I'm in like pretty much every single group on campus and just playing, having a really good time made me realize that music is something I really enjoy and I'm passionate about. And so going forward, I'm going to pursue music education in hopes of fulfilling or maybe filling the shoes that you leave behind at Diamond Bar. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for everything you have given. I know it has been a long journey, but I'm glad to have been a part of it with you, and I'm glad to have been taught by you because you've taught me so much. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. A. It's been a while. Congratulations on your retirement. Before you go, there are a couple things that I really wanted to say. During the 4 years in which I was a symphony, we started out with Shasti 10 and ended with Shasti 5. But throughout all of it, you were always motivating us to do better and be better. And I think that maybe all of the experiences we had throughout the 4 years, the one I remember most vividly was when we were rehearsing for Swan Lake in 2021, I think. And at the time, I was principal cellist and had to do the solo cello part. This was a really new experience for me, and as a result, it felt really nerve-wracking, and I remember feeling down after the rehearsal because I just couldn't or I just didn't feel like I could get it down. But I talked to you a little bit about it, and I remember your words at the time were so encouraging, and it really motivated me to go back home and just keep practicing until I could get it down. And that's exactly what I did after speaking with you. And overall, I just couldn't have imagined a more incredible community at Diamond Bar High. So thank you for always being there for us. And I remember that you would always say that we are truly something special, but I wanted to add an additional sentence to that, which is that you are the individual who has always shaped us to be that way. So we are really grateful for all your effort that you have put in to make symphony orchestra a truly unforgettable experience for everyone. And we will miss you so, so much.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Victor. And
For those of you who don't know me, I played a bassoon for the class of 2019. With your retirement just around the corner, I wanted to take this time to express how much you meant to me and to all of us. When I look back at my high school years, I find that all of my favorite memories are rooted in the music program that you built. More than anything, I'm so grateful for the opportunities you gave us to travel with friends and to perform music across the country. From the stages of San Francisco and Pittsburgh to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and New York City, every single one of those trips was an absolute adventure. The chaotic bus rides, the butterflies backstage, and the sheer pride we had performing on those stages all happened because of you. You gave us lifelong friends and experiences that shape who we are today. You taught us so much more than just how to read music notes on a page. You showed us how music can actually open up the world, connect us to new places, and build communities. Thank you, Mr. A, for your tireless dedication, your endless patience, and for always believing in us. You're leaving behind an unforgettable legacy. I wish you all the best in your retirement. You've more than earned it.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Felicia Lin, and I play the oboe here at Diamond Bar High School, and I graduated class of 2014. I also had the privilege of serving as band president during the 2013 and 2014 school year. It's kind of crazy to think it's been over 12 years since I was in your class, but even now, I still find myself reflecting on how much being part of your program shaped who I became. At the time, I think most of us thought we were just learning music, preparing for performances, competitions, rehearsals, all of that. But looking back now, I realize you were teaching us so much more than that. You taught us discipline, leadership, accountability, and how to push ourselves beyond what we thought we were capable of. And as band president, I got to see firsthand how much time, care, and energy you poured into your students every single day. Honestly, I appreciate it in a completely different way now as an adult than I did back then. There's one memory in particular that always stayed with me. During one of the summers up in Idlewild for their music program, we had to evacuate because of the wildfires. When I got home, I found out my grandfather had passed away while I was at camp. When everyone was supposed to head back up the following week, I wanted to stay behind a little longer to be with my family and attend the funeral. And without hesitation, you offered to drive me back up to Idlewild yourself so my family wouldn't have to carry that extra burden during such a difficult time. Looking back now, I realized that had nothing to do with music or band. That was just the kind of person you were. You genuinely cared about your students beyond the classroom. And I think that's why your impact lasted far beyond high school for so many of us. When I look at my life now, the opportunities I've had, the way I lead, the standards I hold myself to professionally and personally, I can trace so much of that back to the foundation built during those years. I don't think teachers always get to see the full impact they have on people years later. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for believing in us, investing in us, and pushing us to become more than we thought we could be. And with that, I just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement, Mr. A, and thank you for leaving behind a legacy that continues to live on through all of your students.
Hey, Mr. A, it's me, Aaron. For those of you who don't know me, I played the clarinet and graduated in 2023. I can't believe the day that you retire has finally come, but congratulations. You obviously deserve it. I've known you for a very long time, since I was in middle school, and I've been very lucky to have so many great memories, but the one that has particularly stuck with me throughout all these years was the orchestra rehearsals from my junior year. I think back then I made my fair share of dumb mistakes, as you probably know, but no matter what, you never gave up on me. You always had my back and held me accountable and pushed me to be not just a better player, but also a better person. And for that, I'm truly grateful to have been one of your students. I've told you this before, but I really don't think I'd be where I am today without all of your help and support that you've provided throughout these years. You've taught me so much more than just music, and I can confidently say that I, along with all of the other students, have been so fortunate to have been able to learn from someone like you at such a young age. Your impact has went much further than anything you could possibly imagine. So thank you so much for everything that you've done, and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Hi, Mr. A. It's Kaylee, the super loud girl that sat next to Kyle. For those who might not know, I'm Kaylee Wong, class of 23, and I play the violin. And my favorite memory was when me and Kyle Yang got abducted by Joel Foshman and Andrew Haro to go eat fried chicken before Wednesday rehearsal. And then we ended up accidentally being 30 minutes late, and then me and Kyle felt really bad about it, but I'm here to clear it up 3 years later that it was actually Joel that was driving the car. So it was actually Joel that made us late because of Joel's time management issues. So it was actually not me and Kyle's fault, and we were innocent. But Mr. A, thank you for everything that you've done for all of us over the years. And speaking from personal experience, I definitely wouldn't have enjoyed my 4 years at Diamond Bar High School as much as I did if I didn't have symphony. And every day I found myself looking forward to fourth period and being able to play such amazing music with such talented musicians. And symphony gave me a lot of my closest friendships, and many of which I still keep in contact with today. And it also helped me keep my love for music alive. And in fact, I still play violin in college because of the passion that was cultivated in your classroom. You've impacted so many students in many ways that go far beyond music, and I just hope you know how appreciated you are. So congratulations on retirement, and it is so, so well deserved, and I hope this new chapter brings you a lot of rest and happiness and maybe less chaos now that you don't have to deal with so many prepubescent teens all the time. But yay, happy retirement, Mr. A. Love you.
Hi, Mr. A. This is William. For those of you who don't know me, I graduated in 2022, and I played the French horn. Mr. A, I wanted to take a moment to thank you for everything you've done for our program and for all of your students. When I think back on high school, some of my favorite memories came from the band room. Every day, every week, I was looking forward to the chamber music, wind ensemble, and orchestra rehearsals. Those rehearsals were not just classes to me, they were a place where I felt connected and supported by the people around me. I remember when I was auditioning for the All-State Orchestra and needed help with recording. I asked if you could help me record my audition pieces. And even though it was on a Saturday, it was hot, you still said yes without hesitation. That moment really touched me. It showed how much you cared about your students and how committed you were to helping them succeed. Your dedication to the music program inspired me to keep working hard and to continue to enjoy music. I even have a YouTube playlist of a lot of the high school pieces that we've played. You created something that brought people together, and I'm forever grateful and lucky to have been a part of it. It was an honor to be your student, and I hope you stay healthy, stay happy, and enjoy retirement.
Hey, Mr. A, it's your two favorite students. For those of you that don't know us, my name is Darren.
And my name is Hayden, and we were your class of 2025 band presidents. Okay, so looking back on our time at DBHS, I'd say a funny story for me personally with Mr. A would be the time that Darren and I were actually having a meeting, just us two, in the new building's office. And so during this time, you know, of course, we do what like typical like high schoolers do. We go down to the parent room and we grab a cup of noodles and we go steal some warm water and we just make it in the office. Thing is though, while we were doing this meeting, we were like moving around and doing some things, and that cup of noodles gets spilled. And so the noodles, the like soup, like everything just goes all over like the tablecloth and the floor and everything. And mind you, this was like happening towards the end of lunch. And what happens when lunch ends is that Mr. and Miss Song just get back into the office. And so when this happened, Darren and I look at each other and we're like, shoot, we gotta fix this. And thankfully, I wanna say Darren and I did a great job of this. We came up with a brilliant idea of one, moving the table over the stain on the floor. And two, I think moving, I can't remember if it was Ms. Sandos's or Mr. A's laptop over the stain on the tablecloth so that all of the evidence was hidden. And then number three, we I believe we used like the soap or something from like the restroom, to mask the scent of the smell of like the ramen all over the floor. And I think we got away with it. Like, hopefully this is the first time you're hearing about the story. We never got confronted about this, so hopefully everything is good on that end. But anyways, just towards Mr. A again, just thank you again for everything that you've done for my life, for everybody's lives that's in this room, and of course for both of our lives especially. Being in college for a year has truly been a change of pace from high school, and whenever I look back on my time a part of Diamond Bar, the band program and just seeing everybody's faces every day, especially singing songs to Mr. A every day, was the big highlight of my day and what I missed the most. So I can confidently say that I wouldn't be where I am today without your involvement in my life, Mr. A, and I'm so grateful for that. So thank you for everything that you've done. And now let me pass it over to Darren.
So for my story regarding Mr. A was, I'm sure it was fresh in your mind, Mr. A, of the fundraiser competition between concert band and symphonic band, where we would see which period would be able to turn in the most like banquet envelopes before the deadline. And Hayden bet on symphonic band, I bet on concert band, and obviously the punishment wasn't so well. They were able to bring whatever they wanted that was edible and blend it all together for me and Mr. A to drink a cup of. And you would think after a year of being really nice to these kids, they'd go a little easy on us. Absolutely not. That morning I saw like vinegar, pickles, mustard, and the cherry on top was, okay, there was one girl in my section, I'm not gonna name her, but she happened to get her hands on 2 times spicy bulldog sauce, and I'm pretty sure they dumped the whole thing in the blender. And I would think after Mr. A grabbed the cup, it'd just be like a couple sips because it was putrid. Anyways, Mr. A said, down the hatch, and it was completely over for me and Mr. A. Our stomachs, oh my gosh, I was outside. I thought I was gonna throw up. I had a very bad rest of the day that day. I'm not sure about Mr. A because he's an absolute boss. I'm sure he has like stomach of metal or something.
Holy crap!
But yeah, it was a really bad day for me at least. And anyways, Mr. A, I just want to thank you very much for not only changing my life, but also helping me realize that band was more than just a group of people coming together to play their instruments. Obviously band is more than that, and for me and Hayden, and I'm sure for everyone else in the room and everyone else that's stepped foot in this program, it's been a family. And the most important aspect of being a family is obviously being there for each other. And I feel like, Mr. A, you've really cultivated a very, very good culture of being able to be not just critiquing each other on music or trying to be the best at their instrument, but really letting people know that they have some place to be, like they have a sense of belonging within a group of people. And it was really beautiful to see throughout my years of being in this program how people would treat each other like brothers and sisters. And I think that was my favorite part of band, being able to see everyone just being so close with each other, and whether it was winning or losing, practicing, not practicing, we were always there for each other. And Mr. A, you've truly done an amazing job making this culture happen throughout your career, and watching it bloom up until your retirement was truly something amazing to witness and be a part of. And I just want to thank you again for all the things you've done for me and letting me become a better person and a better leader, and helping preparing me for my future and whatever else was in store for me. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of my life, and that your legacy will carry on throughout generations and generations of as long as this program progresses, through the people you've touched, all the lives you've influenced. Truly, 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 congratulations on an amazing career, and enjoy your retirement. Thank you, Mr. A.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Zach Wu, and I'm a senior, and I play the trombone. I'm part of the class of 2026, and I'm a head drum major for this program. And I just want to give a message of thanks to Mr. A for all the impact he has had on this program, and also myself. Back in sophomore year, I was just starting out as a leader, and I was very unsure of my capabilities and not confident in myself. So, but Mr. A was always there to help. I remember after a particular football game, it was 10 p.m. and I had a long conversation with him about my capabilities and what I could do in the future. And I remember being so assured after that. And I would just want to thank Mr. A for everything that he's done for every person in this program. I know I was completely different 4 years ago, and I think a number of my other seniors can say the same. So thank you for changing the lives of many kids, including myself.
Hello, my name is Edward Jin. I played the trumpet and I will be graduating with the class of 2026. I just wanted to share a little bit of how Mr. A impacted me, and one of the things that comes to mind actually was during my sophomore year when I was going through a pretty stressful time of my life. I remember Mr. A always being available to talk, whether it be to give advice or to support me by offering words of encouragement or just uplifting me with kind words. And he was just a pillar that I or anybody else could lean on, and he was always so calm even in the most stressful situations. So Mr. A, thank you for all your advice and kind words, and thank you for being so calm in the face of anything really, and just for being you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Nick Lucero and I played the saxophone in the Diamond Bar High School band. I graduated in the class of 2018 at Mr. A. There's never been a time where I wasn't excited to show up to your class. I remember one time in my senior year where you had the wind ensemble sight read Eric Whitacre's Sleep for an upcoming concert, just trying to figure out what kind of pieces we were going to play for that year at the end. And Eric Whitacre, not an easy mountain to climb, but I think as soon as everybody saw we were going to climb it with you and experience it for the first time with you, we were all excited and we all connected and something magical happened. That first downbeat hit and a sonic energy just permeated the room. We were supposed to stop at rest A, but you had us keep going, and I'm glad you did, because nobody stopped, nobody spoke, nobody looked around, nobody grabbed their AP Calc book to study. We all just looked up, and not the notes on the page, the chaos of high school, nor our usual bad days can take us away from that moment, that experience that you had created with us. You gave us the confidence to be there, to be vulnerable, perform with heart, and most of all, enjoy doing it with each other and for each other. And you made the band room a home, and I will always remember those times that I had there. I can't thank you enough for them. Enjoy your retirement. And by the way, that time in Idlewild when you said Into the Raging River sounds like the soundtrack from Independence Day, it totally does. I'll see you next time, Mr. A.
Well, howdy. My name's Joseph Wongsa. I graduated class of 2023 from Diamond Bar High School. I was one of the drum majors, and I served as the bass clarinet and clarinet section leader for my time in the Diamond Bar band. One thing I remember a lot from Mr. A is the times he would just randomly hand me things, whether it was a new mouthpiece for clarinet, even though I was really bad at it at the time, or when he bought me like a new mouthpiece in my freshman year. He just had so much faith in who I was and who I could possibly be, and those really stood out to me and really encouraged me to go and pursue what I loved, despite being in school and all that, and being able to do music and see that as a way to grow myself as a person. Outside of just academics. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, Mr. A, for all you've done for me those past 4 years. I've had a lot of formative experiences, a lot of things I get to talk about now with people, and they've really shaped who I've become and how I'm able to interact and just go out and approach the world. And a lot of that comes from the culture you've worked so hard to build and all the people that you've been able to bring in and keep around and all the faith that you have in all of us. And so I'm forever grateful for everything you've done for me. And I'm sure for many other people that you have, and my time at Diamond Bar, especially in the bands and the pit, all of that would have been severely different if it wasn't for you and your hard work. So congratulations on finally retiring, even though it was a rumor literally every single year I was in school. But you finally made it, and I could not be more happy to see you, because you've worked a lot, and I think you very much truly deserve everything you've gotten. And I'm sure everyone else has the same sentiment of just thank you so much.
Hi, Mr. A. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jason, class of 2024, and I was a violist for symphony orchestra as well as pianist for a music program. Without a doubt, the fondest memories I have from high school are from symphony orchestra. So I believe it was in my sophomore year that we played Shasi 5, and we had so many rehearsals paired up with countless more sectionals that I can still play that final coda to this day. If we were to fast forward to my senior year, Prokofiev 5 in New York City also remains a highlight of the fun that I so took for granted at the time. If I was to pinpoint one favorite memory of mine with you, it would be when I was given the opportunity to play as the keyboardist for our pit orchestra. So you would not believe how daunting it was for me to be handed a stack of sheet music around this thick and then have a large portion of it be improvisation and to learn this completely new genre of music that is musical theater. So my first musical was Frozen, and despite the numerous mishaps, miscues, wrong settings, pretty much everything that could have went wrong, as cliche and corny as it sounds, you gave me the necessary confidence, motivation, just everything to persevere through. And fast forward to the next year's Alice in Wonderland musical, I like to think that I slayed. So now I'm at the Claremont Colleges studying as a pre-med student. My focus from 3 years ago has dramatically shifted, and yet I find myself still so profoundly influenced by you. I still listen to the pieces that we played in symphony, and I still play both of my instruments, even being employed as a music instructor myself. So you made my high school life so wonderful, now it's only right that you enjoy the most wonderful retirement. Thank you so much for all the memories, Mr. A.
Hi, Mr. A. For those who don't know me, my name is Janine. I played the trumpet and I graduated in 2017. Mr. A, all those years in the band program has taught us a lot about hard work and believing that if you dedicate time into something, it will always work out. And you really showed us that through every practice, every performance, and at every band review. So thank you. Thank you for all the time that you put into your students to help them grow into the adults that they are today, to who I am today. And I just wanted to say that I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but I really wish you the best and I hope you enjoy your retirement. So thank you. Bye, Mr. A.
Hey, Mr. A, this is William. For those of you who don't know me, I graduated back in the class of 2023 and I played the saxophone. And to Mr. A, wow, congratulations on your retirement. I feel like all I've heard from you since my freshman year of high school was that you were going to retire. And it's crazy how you've managed to hold out till now. You truly are one of the most hardworking and patient and kind educators I've ever had the privilege to learn from. And I still vividly remember so many late nights and weekends when you would just drive from your home just to unlock the bedroom doors for me. I feel like there were so many of these insignificant moments where it may seem like a small act to you, but they never went unnoticed, and it was really clear that you were trying to form these genuine connections with your students. And while there are many memories to choose from, I feel like one moment really stands out above the rest. It was right before my final concert in my senior year. I was walking out of Aki's library, and I was clearly a nervous wreck. You noticed immediately, and instead of giving me a long speech, you just gave me a pat on the back and told me that I was going to be just fine. I felt like that seemingly small moment truly encapsulated your mentorship. You were always there to provide me the calm and the confidence that I needed right before my biggest milestones, and I just want to thank you for that. There are so many of these countless insignificant moments that you may not remember, but I feel like they all have added up to a legacy that has fundamentally changed how your students perceive the world. And as you go off into your retirement, I just wish you all the best, and I wish you lots of Diet Coke, lots of happiness. All right, I'll see you later.
Hi, Mr. A. This is Vito from the class of 2024. Though I'm not quite sure you would remember me more for my viola playing or for my dad. Anyway, it's crazy to think about a DBHS Music Program without you, as you were such an integral part of my high school career, and honestly, probably the reason I still love music so much today. You made any opportunity anyone could wish for in music available, to the point where I probably had more chances to play music in high school than I do now in college. Maybe besides a dedicated early music group, but I'm sure Aki can figure something out. When I think back about high school, pretty much the only thing I think about is music and the welcoming community that you have built for all of us. With this, it's so difficult to think of a single memory that I would consider my favorite, as you are a part of every good memory about music that I have. Being said, I would probably say that I would always remember you taking the time out of your day to drive us to the various string quartet gigs around the area. Mostly because it was nice to get out of class, and also a lot of them had good food. Mr. A, you would always say that your goal is never to make us better musicians, but more to make us great people. And I would say I would be nowhere near the person I am today without your guidance, and I also hope I became a better viola player. But anyway, thank you so much for all you have done, and enjoy your well-deserved retirement.
Hello, my name is Eddie. I am part of the class of 2024, and I played tenor sax in Diamond Bar Instrumental Music. Mr. A, it's another bright and sunny day here at the #1 public university in America. It's not UCLA, it's UC Berkeley. I know, I'm just rubbing it in. But in all honesty, I just want to thank you so much for 4 amazing years of high school. It's kind of crazy how fast time goes by. You probably met me when I was either 13 or 14, and now I'm almost 20, which is kind of crazy. But seriously, the 4 years of high school that I had with you were full of amazing memories and experiences that I'll never forget. I still consider you one of the most inspirational and influential people that I know. And when people ask me about why I am the way I am, I just tell them that I have such a great role model. So congratulations on your retirement. You truly, truly deserve it. I hope you get a lot of rest.
Hi, Mr. A. Long time no see, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alfred. I was class of 2023, so it was like a million years ago, but I played the French horn. And a funny memory that I have with Mr. A is that he forgot that I was a drum major. So for context, we were just coming out of quarantine. So I didn't make that lasting of an impression, I guess, when I was selected the previous year. But he had a few words for those people who were auditioning. So he called them over so he could speak to them. And when I didn't move, he was like, "You, come here." But yeah, it was pretty funny. Regarding your retirement, Mr. A, congratulations, first of all. I know you've been talking about this for a while now, so I'm really happy that you finally get to do it and take a much deserved break. But I just wanted to say that you've made such a lasting impression on so many people, including myself, and I want to thank you for everything that you've done for this program and for our lives. But yeah, hope you enjoy retirement, Mr. A. Congratulations.